Midnight Ramen is a minimally edited, live recorded podcast that takes place at midnight. Although Michael may not be consuming food, it's time to get your bowls out. It's chow time.
But welcome back to you. Break stride, sailing me. Free falling, choose my enemy. Free from the things you say. It will all come back someday.
Good evening, gamers and other folks alike. It is midnight once again, so you are listening to Midnight Ramen with me, Michael. I hope y'all are doing okay. I'm gonna put my hood up. I just feel like it. But yeah. If you want to watch this live, you can go to twitch.tv/meltedlyric original, all one word, in the search bar. Also on YouTube as well. You can watch the old VODs on there as well. Well, all of them as well as new videos weekly. And yeah. That's it. Obviously on Twitch, if you can watch this happen live, you can watch the after show that only happens there and is only there, and you can also watch the VODs for up to 2 weeks, whatever Twitch does. But if you miss it, you can always go to YouTube, watch it there, and listen to it in the background, or do whatever you do, because it's that kind of a show for the most part, I guess. I mean, there is like visual stuff with magic, but whatever. Magic the Gathering, I should be more specific, but yeah. But I hope y'all are doing okay tonight. I had a pretty cool weekend. I mean, I went up to Fargo again, just to do some packing with Feed My Starving Children. It's a Christian-based organization that just packs meals for, kids, for kids in third world countries that need food, and they don't know where their food is coming from, or where their next meal is going to be, or it's basically to help that number out and help prevent preventable diseases and other hunger related deaths in children, especially, from happening, because that is an issue in this day and age. But it's fun. It's fun to do. It's really fun to do. If you're or do some like packing sort of stuff like that, and or charitable work, whether it be religious or not, or it's fun to do it sometimes. But yeah, their plan was to pack 10 million meals in 10 days, which is it's honestly a pipe dream. I personally, I don't like. I want to say, as much as I want to disbelieve, they're not probably going to make 10 million. 5 is a lot more of an expectation. They're doing pretty dang good, though. They're doing pretty well. Because from what I was just looking on, they had like one shift that did because they need to get a million meals per day. I don't think like they've been getting those numbers, and they're probably not going to make 10 million. Like, it would have to really be a miracle for that to happen, but hey, anything's possible. But one of the packs that they just had, packed almost packed over 800,000 meals, which is a lot in 2 hours. Like a lot. That basically makes up for almost a whole day of packing and stuff like that, to meet that million a day quota that they would need. But they're I don't know what they're at now, but they're on track to do quite a lot. But yeah, it is fun to do. I was gonna bring other people, but a lot of disease sicknesses have been coming around. like my dad got bronchitis, or like figured out that he had bronchitis, so he's like, yeah, I can't go with, and it's like, that sucked. But oh well. What can you do? Yeah, it was like, even though I was like went up there alone, like stayed at a hotel on my own and whatever, it was fun. It was fun. I went to Space Aliens again for the first time, which is, for those who don't really know, like the area, or it's basically, it's a I don't know how to best describe it. It's just like it's like a themed restaurant around aliens and stuff like that. But it's like got burgers, got pizza, it's got arcade games. It's like a bar too, so like you can get drunk there, which I did. But like I hadn't been to one, and there's not a whole ton of them around. It's really like upper Midwest sort of thing, and I think there's not a whole ton of them around. I'll like just reiterate, but honestly, I haven't been to one in like over a decade. But oh man, it was good. It was really good. I got like, I think the special drink for that day was like a Malibu something. I can't remember what exactly it was. Wow, that drink was it was so sweet, but like I really loved it. Like I got myself a Kona Big Wave because that's what I usually do. Or that's my like beer of choice. But then I was like, yeah, I'll get the special today, and wow, it was honestly amazing. The food, the only complaint that I have about the food, I figured like the burger was like, I don't know if it's the way that they cooked it or something else, or like they, but it tasted a little like well done. But literally that's the only thing, like just a little bit well done for my taste. But honestly, everything else, like even like the fries, the sauce, like everything else was just amazing. So it's like, I think my total was like almost 30, and I just tipped the guy like, I gave him like 40, so I'm like, yeah, because it was good. It was good. Especially coming out from like a food service one, doing pizza delivery, like something like that. It was good food. They did well. They made sure that my things were catered for, so I tipped them well. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, went back, just basically played a whole ton of Vampire Survivors. I love that game. I swear, I absolutely love Vampire Survivors. And I just like watch TV, which other than like work, I don't really do all that much. And like when I was watching The Big Bang Theory, which like, and it was like one of the later seasons. I don't know. I don't really know exactly when, but I could definitely tell it was later on, because obviously the production was a lot better, or like the image, just the overall visual quality looked a lot newer, quote unquote. And just like I could tell, because like you had Amy, you had all the girls like buddies. It's like, and they're like talking about their boyfriend / husbands. It's like, yeah, this is later. This is very later, but it was still funny. Like, hate to say it, it was funny. Hey, I honestly do hate to say it. It was funny. But it's the thing that I thought about though. Sheldon Cooper was friends with Stephen Hawking, and recently it just came out that Stephen Hawking was on the Epstein list. So does that mean And then there's like this GIF or video or something going around of like, out of context, just Sheldon being like, how to get the attention of 12-year-old girls, and he's like, no. It's like, does Sheldon know? But no, it would bring the question like, would Sheldon know? Or what would his reaction be after like hearing that news that Stephen Hawking, his friend in like the show's canon, was on the Epstein flight list. I don't know. And who's to say if Mr. Hawking was like, part of the group? Who's to say? Who's to say? But he was on the list, so I don't know. And also he's dead, so but like as weird and tragic and bad as that could be, rest in peace, Stephen Hawking. He did a lot for science. He did a lot for science. Yeah. But also, like, I went to the mall. I always go to the card shop in the mall because I love the card shop in the mall. J-Dubs or JWW. I can't remember exactly what it is, but everyone calls it J-Dubs. Because I like their card stock. When I was living up there, like living up in the Fargo Moorhead area, I had like a membership, which basically for like bulk cards, you got like half off, which is really good. So instead of getting like $1.99 for like a rare, you get it for $1. And for some of those cards, that's actually a steal that were in the bin. Others, it felt like price gouging, but whatever. But it's only for those mainly, and I saved probably quite a bit of money due to it, though. Just by getting rares and other singles and stuff like that from those bins. But I like their card stock. I like how much they have, and they've really grown. Because I remember, so I think before the pandemic, technically, whatever. Yeah, before the pandemic, or even when I first started, like, living in the area or in the area for college, it was big. The store was called Big Nick's because of the owner's name, and then it was more like a sports shop, and like they would have sports memorabilia, sports cards, and other just collectible stuff like that. And then Nick retired and passed it on to Josh. I'm pretty sure it's Josh, and he took it. He took the business, like, skyrocketed. It was so amazing. It was so crazy. In like the span of like a year or so, he was able to grow the store out so much and get like he was getting like a lot more employees. He was physically expanding the space that he could do for a card shop, and the amount of progress that he made in that, like, and this is around the time of the pandemic, and he was like busting down like a whole wall, like a whole like section that the store is in now, just to have it. And like and like just renovating the whole entire space so that he could, have more space for more people, more inventory, more stuff like that. And the amount of stuff that they go through is just crazy, and it's awesome. And I love the people that work there. I love the times that I've been there, and it's my favorite store there because like some of the other one, or at least the other one that I know, Paradox, which is also good. If they don't know what, they're more of like a comic shop, but they're good too. But J-Dubs has a special place in my heart solely because they have a lot of more singles and a lot more access to stuff like that, and play space. There's a lot more play space solely because of what they're literally in a mall, and they've like made it so that they could have play space, which is crazy. I know there's another store up there too, but I like more towards the NDSU campus, but I literally have not been there. Sorry to say, I just haven't been there, which sucks. I don't know why I'm talking about more Magic stuff. I'm gonna be getting that later, but I love going to that store. Unsponsored sponsor, which, goddamn, that was an old bit from the show, and I've already talked about that. But, yeah. Doing that, going there was just so fun. even like, cause like when it was Big Nick's, like it was like a very small space, and just to, like, if you had more than one or two people like looking at cards, you were crammed. You were crammed in that little like row. So you basically had no space to be doing anything. And the amount of work and stuff that, like, care that he put into the shop really is shown in the growth that the store has made. And like, he expanded the store during the pandemic, during it. And that's like when a lot more stuff is going on. And, you know, getting together to play, you know, paper Magic or even paper Pokemon or anything else like that, it's just not there. Although the collecting aspect was very much so much so that this is the thing that I hated the most when the pandemic was going on. Like, the real reason why big stores like Walmart and Target had to limit how many like trading card stuff or items that a person could buy per transaction was because of like a few occurrences that people say was on Pokemon, but no, it was actually on sports cards. I think it was like, I don't know if it was baseball or basketball, but it was one of the two, I believe. But like the main big incident was like a big, I think a couple fights broke out because of card stuff, and then they're just like, nope, we're not having it. We're limiting how many you can get, and that's how it did. I mean, there were probably definitely some for Pokemon because, like, you know, they release a set with a Charizard, everyone loses their. It's like society loses their minds. Like, no joke. Like, any set with a Charizard and people just lose their own shit. It's crazy. And Charizard, I don't know how Charizard's good in the meta of the actual card game itself, but I'm pretty sure that he isn't good. Pretty sure. I mean, he's strong. He's probably very super uber strong, but like getting them to actually work, I don't think he is. Or it is. Like, Charizard's strong. Yeah. And I went to my church and just visited the whole crew again. Or some of the remaining ones that are still there. Oh, yeah. Also, if you're watching the video, you saw me drinking a Baja Blast. No, that's not the one that I saved for like reviews and stuff. No. Baja Blast is out for the whole year, available in all stores, available in stores all the time for the year 2024. Because it's the 20th anniversary of Baja Blast being at Taco Bell or coming out. So it's like, that's awesome. That's awesome, dude. Baja Blast available in stores at all times is amazing. And like the first one that I had was like, it was spot on. I don't know about this one that I'm drinking right now, but like the first one that I had, wow, it was so good. It was so good. It's like, this is awesome. I'm just glad, like, yeah, it may be available all the time, but it's like, this is kind of not bad. I'm with it, you know? Yeah. Well, and like the drive wasn't too bad up there, because like when I'm usually driving on 94, I don't think I had any problems with it. I mean, there was I think when I got near Alexandria, which I don't think that's usually the spot that I have trouble, but you know, I've had some stuff there, but I think this past time traveling up north probably was the worst time that I've had in that area. Not because of Alexandria itself, you know. I think the roads weren't like cleared or as clean as they could have been because the plows weren't out yet. And I think they were like smack dab in the middle of whatever snow system that just flew by or whatever. Because like when I got close to, actually no, when I got to Moorhead, there were I'll get to that. But no, they were like, I passed like, legit passed like at least 2 plows on the right by driving on the right. Like, no joke. I wish I was kidding. But yeah. But going past it, I'm gonna be honest, going past a plow like that was so scary. So scary because you got salt or whatever they're laying on the ground, just bipping and bopping everywhere. I mean, they didn't care, but it's like, still, technically you really shouldn't. But you know, they were traveling at like 40 in a 70. Which technically they don't need to do, because technically, I say that because like plows, or there's like a thing with plows or something like that, that no matter what speed they're going at, they're still going to get the same amount of snow. So if they're driving like, I mean, there is a difference, you know, in certain whatever situations. Like if you're on the street, you want to make sure that you're getting it better or whatever. But like, say if you're going 50 versus 60, you're going to get the same amount. You're just going faster. Something like that, to that end. I mean, there is, I would believe that there would be a difference, you know, in quality or whatever, and how much, or I don't know. But I think when you're going like, the difference between like 60 and 70 is nothing. I don't know. How would I know? I'm not a plow driver. I just heard about it, but don't quote me on that. Do not, please, for the love of God, quote me on that. Oh. But yeah, I think it's supposed to be snowing outside right now. Which, like, is it winter yet, dude? Because like, even like when I was up there wasn't that much snow. Like, I did not have, like, there was not much snow. And I know like we're supposed to get, although like I feel like elsewhere in the country they're getting a lot of snow. So it's crazy that like here in the Midwest, the place we're like, oh, we're known for having snow and stuff like that, there's not really much. It's kind of nuts, but also kind of good, kind of cool not to have, you know, 3-4 feet of snow piling on the side, just, you know, creating a whole hoopla. But like, as I was getting close to Fargo Moorhead, I did see like a couple of semis like fully tipped over on the side of the road. It's like, wow, crazy. And I think the worst time, and I feel like I've already told the story, but I don't know. I feel like the worst time that I've had driving, I feel like period, was when I was white knuckling it with my girlfriend at the time, and we were going back home for Christmas, and my car, my boat, or the boat, was a rear wheel. Yeah. Rear wheel drive. And so it's not really good on winter roads, but if you know how to drive that, you can pretty much get out of any situation with any other car. Like any other like winter situation. Like I've had troubles like starting at an intersection because I did not have enough momentum. I don't have that issue anymore because I'm not driving a rear wheel. I did then, but not anymore. And even then when I did, sometimes it slid. But actually I did not slide that much. Anyways, back to the story. So we were driving home on 94. And it's about like 8, maybe 9 o'clock. We probably should have gone a little bit later and let the plows do their job and let them cook. But we didn't. And when we were going, we saw like I think she called me on my phone just to make sure that at least through whatever patch we were going through, that we were going to be fine. Or she was texting me. I can't remember exactly what we were doing, but I think she was calling me, just so that we're making sure that we're fine and safe, because we saw like like at least within in the span of like 3-4 miles, we saw at least 5 semis tipped over in the side of the road, or off to the side of the road. It was nuts. It was legitimately crazy. Like, some of them were on their side. Some of them are literally on their, like, upside down. Like, upside down. Crazy. Like, forked in all different directions and stuff like that. It was nuts. Like, crazy. So, like, yeah, she was like, yeah, I'm gonna call to make sure that we're traveling safe. And for the most part, it was kind of safe. But the big areas that it was extremely dangerous was right after you go under an underpass, because I think it was because, like, you know, a lot of snow did not go there, so the stuff that did was able to allow itself to melt and then freeze over, which made ice. So as we were going, we were like, oh, okay, it's fine. And all of a sudden she drives over one and like kind of like shivers a little bit. And she was just about to say, hey, watch this, watch out coming up. It's very slippery. And before she could even say anything, she saw me like swerve a little bit, and then do a 360. It was so funny. It's like, damn. So like she stopped a little bit further. I almost crashed in the median. Like they had like a side thing. I almost crashed into it. But I was like inches, like literal inches away from hitting it. But luckily enough, I didn't. And also, luckily enough, the people behind me were like very far away, so they had no chance of like hitting me from behind. And they had time to stop and slow down. But wow. That could have been really bad. I'm so glad that I'm still, you know, kicking. But even after that, the thing that's not even the scary part, because that was scary. I like had a whole lot of stuff in there, even bacon in the car, my cat. But that wasn't the scary part. The scary part was afterwards, when we were still like going there, like like near Alexandria, and I see semis going at 70 miles an hour, and I'm like white knuckling it, just trying not, like, if I make one wrong move, I am dead. Like, I have no time to react. I have a semi on my right, semi behind me, semi in front of me. If I do anything, like, if I even breathe wrong, dead. Straight up dead. And I'm still alive. I hope this isn't like some dream that, you know, as I'm like lying in my deathbed or something. I hope not. And I didn't survive the crash. That would be wild. But no. Nah. I'm still here. Yeah, I'm still here. But you know what else is still here? Get some magic packs. Let's open that. Let's open some of those. Oh, shoot. My camera is doing a little shwimmy. Uh-oh. I hate when it does this. I gotta, like, shimmy it to get the right angle. There we go. All right. So we got 5 packs of Ixalan set boosters. 4 of them are the set boosters. 4 of them are the set boosters. One of them's a collector. So we're gonna open the collector at the end, but we're gonna open up the set boosters, and hopefully we get something cool from them, because yeah. Ooh, Beckett Brass for the art card. I don't know if they're, see. Okay, yeah, these don't have a pack trick. Focus, please. Brazen Blade Master. I'm going to go through a little bit then faster because I don't want to be spending too much time on this tonight, but let me get to the uncommons. I got Master's Guide Mural. Oh, and then Subterranean Schooner. Schooner? I don't know what the word is, technically. And behind it, we got, the Great Mistake foil. Ooh, No Rest for the Wicked. As from the Vault card, sacrifice it to return to your hand all creature cards that were put into your graveyard from play this turn for 1 and a black. That's actually kind of nutty. That's nutty. I love it. Into your return all creature cards that were put into your graveyard from play. Wait, to your hand. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's real nutty. I know what I'm gonna do with it. I know exactly what I'm gonna do with it. That's a good card. I have a very good idea of where that thing is going. It's going to my zombie deck, my zombie reanimator deck. That's gonna be so nutty. Anyways, second pack. We got a foil Hidden Volcano. But I'm gonna go through some of these. Let's go right here. This is an uncommon? Yeah. We got Stinging Cave Crawler. Focus. Chupacabra Echo. Abyssal Gore Stalker. Inverted Iceberg. And then Corpses of the Lost. As skeletons. Skeleton. Yeah, that's funny. Foil is the diamond pickaxe, and behind it's just a token. All right, that's fine. Kind of an out first pack, but the last card's good. The last card I feel like is good. Ooh, nice art card. Mountain. A montaña. Right there. We got a Miraculous Eclipse. Focus. Hello. We got this thing. We got a dinosaur. And then the rare is a Restless Vents. Man. Oh, behind that. Ooh, we got a Cosmium Confluence. Okay. Foil is an envoy, something. Ooh, Underworld Breach. That's nice. That's nice. It's not the best card, but honestly, why is it an enchantment? Each non-land card in your graveyard has escape. The escape cost is equal to the card mana cost, plus exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. At the beginning of the end step, sacrifice it. I don't know why. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a good card. I'll probably sell it because, no offense, I don't know, but it's cool. Oh, well, I know at the end it's a token. But what do we got before it? Ooh, we got a foil Swampy. Go a little bit. Oh, don't want to go that far. Let's go right about here. Oh, wow, I already cut to it. Contest of Claws. It's from the dinosaur deck. That's cool. Oh, and the Sovereign, the Kitty. It's a rare, but a mythic. I already have this one, but okay. That's pretty good. Ooh, and a Sanguine Evangelist, and then foil Song of Stupefaction. Oh, yeah. Cool. Now we're doing the set and the collector booster. Let's hope this one's got some heat. Although, technically, I don't really need... Everything that's from these packs is just icing on a cake, because I literally I got that card that I said last week that's like $50. I mean, near mint, but still. Like, even though it doesn't even need to be near mint to be like good, but whatever. All right, Idol of the Deep King, Over the Edge. Shipwrecks or something. Another kitty. Akawali. Lore Keeper. A cave-in. A montaña. And now we're getting into the real good ones. A sunborn dude. Get lost, dude. Get lost. Corpses of the Lost. Then we got Garmin, Cruel, Skymaster. Ooh, Githath, Sun's Avatar. I already have Githath, which I'm trying to make a dinosaur deck around it, but heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah, dude. An Island. And then Anim. I'm not even gonna try, dude. I'm not even gonna try. But the Gishafter is the best card from this pack. Definitely. Although I do actually kind of want to check how much it is, because I don't remember how much it is. Because I feel like I know how much it is, but I do not remember for the life of me. So let's actually check that real quick. Go to Card Kingdom. It's probably still here if I go to Dale. Go to Shop Variants. It's probably in here. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, $6.99. Not bad. Not bad. Could be better, but not bad. Again, it's just icing on the cake at this point for whatever cards that I get. So I'm not too mad about it. Yeah. So what's that one? Wow, that's actually pretty good. You're pretty freaking good, dude. Roaming Throne. Roaming Throne is kind of a card that's just sneaked up out of nowhere, I feel like. But it's real good. But yeah. As we transition out, we're gonna go a little bit serious here. And honestly, I'm gonna put on my therapy pants and self medicate myself. Or I'm gonna take a drink and then we're gonna start a therapy session. Oh, beans. Excuse me. We're gonna start a therapy session because I was driving on the way back from what I was doing tonight, and I just had a real thought. I thinking, I know, right? Weird. And I don't want to qualify this as like trauma or anything, because I don't think it is, but it is. But it's honestly, I've noticed that like 2 people are responsible for my taste in women. 2 girls that I talk to that I like talked to in like middle school and high school are responsible for my taste in women, even though I did not date either of them, nor did I really get all that interested. Someone, not really, but yes, but no. But I just noted, I thought about them like, wait a minute. It's true though. I hate to say it, it's true. And both of them were like in high school were involved with wrestling. One was a cheerleader and one was a manager. It's like, unrelated too. Like, huh? So it's like, and for like it's weird that I'm thinking about that. But I think the context behind it, because like I was talking with both of them, and to be honestly truthful, they kind of hated each other. Like they did, and I only learned about that a little. I mean, I learned about it when they were like freshmen, and they were like a year ahead of me. So they like when they were freshmen in high school, like through texts and stuff like that. Apparently they hated each other, which I did not know. which kind of complicated situation. So I was like kind of like a middleman, literally a middleman, and just like kind of sat on the sidelines as I talked to both. Although one of them I kind of feel real bad for because I kind of teased her, and like later into high school, her boyfriend through high school apparently was doing a lot of things to her that like if I knew about it and if other people knew about it earlier, we would have literally beat the living, like, I will go on record and say this, like, hand on, like, get me in court. If I knew about that earlier, I would have literally beaten that dude within an inch of his life. I'm not kidding. Within an inch of his life. Because not really because I loved her, but because of the fact I respected her enough, so much that the stuff that he allegedly or did to her was not cool. And the stuff that she's gone through, not cool. And I feel a little bit responsible for that in some way, because of the teasing and stuff like that. But I don't know. And I don't really have contact with said person because I, one, haven't seen them, and two, I don't know. I literally do not have their contact information for one reason or another. I thought I did, but I guess I don't. So I don't know. I don't know why that is. Not to be like weird or anything about it, but no. And I hope they're doing well because, yeah, the stuff that happened was not cool at all. And she's a cool, beautiful, nice lady, and I hope she is doing good. Like, I wish her well. But on right hand on the Bible here, like, put me in a lie detector test, I would be very remorse that she wasn't, like, she was definitely responsible for my taste in women, especially in body type and height, I guess, but whatever. And she was a cheerleader, so makes sense. Yeah. It's very uncomfortable. I feel very uncomfortable talking about it because, like, I don't want to sound like a douche, but also at the same time, it's like I want to, be like, yeah, this is a thing. But talk away from the grim stuff. I remember messaging them and saying how they're doing and stuff like that. And the other one, and to get away from that situation, so the other one, like, I knew very well enough, and honestly, if different cards were played here and there, you might have dated. And like, I think that it was like at least a year or two ago, at least. I think I was still living up in Fargo Moorhead, and I think one of her things came up on my story, like her and her current boyfriend at the time, and he has the same name as, or same first name as me, so it's like, similar build, similar name. I have a feeling that she might have had a crush on me back then, but I don't know. I kind of feel like I don't want to ask that question because that just seems so weird, That just seems so weird to ask. I mean, if I was put into that situation, if I could, I would, but no. But no. I think we even drove her home one time. Me and my dad drove her home because like from a wrestling thing, it was like I can't remember why exactly, but I think he kind of pieced it together that I kind of liked her a little bit. But it's like, nah, yeah, nah, yeah, nah. And this is back in the day when I like having a smartphone, being able to text like that. I did not have that ability because I had one of those phones where like to type a full sentence took like 2 minutes. Type a say like a 10 word sentence took like 2 minutes at like, and that's if you're speed running, if you're going fast. And I honestly had good like I got good at that. But it's when you get like the numbers where it's like like I'm trying to think like in a word like say just. So one of the numbers, then you got another number, but then S and T are right next to each other, so you got to press the same button, like you got to press one once, and then you got to press it twice or whatever. You got to wait for that, or else you're hitting the wrong key, and if you hit the wrong key, then you got to backspace. Oh, mess. Yeah, I think if and when I have kids, and depending on whatever situation, like of course they're getting a phone because like I want them to be able to get a hold of say their mom and dad, and if like they need a ride home from practice or this or that, or whatever, they can get a hold of people. But I'm probably gonna restrict it so it's like it's literally just a phone. It's literally just gonna be a phone. Maybe an iPhone, something like that, but no. That's the very like most. Because like, not to say it's like keeping kids away from screens, stuff like that, but no, it's meant as a phone. You'll have other like I feel like in the future they'll probably have other devices that they can use to use the internet or this or that. But I feel like a phone, at least when you're starting out, should just be a phone. And that's just me. But who's to say? Who's to know? Like 30, 40 years ago, cell phones weren't a thing. And honestly, that's the weird thing about like say Stranger Things, like a little tangent off of that, but it's a weird thing like in Stranger Things and stuff like that. They just knew exactly where to go to find such and such person. It's like, I don't think that's how you're pulling a rabbit out of your ass here. How would you know exactly where, like, I don't know, for an example, like Dustin's girlfriend lives and she lives in a different state or whatever? How would you know that when he's not there and you can't call him because he's doing his own thing? It's like, how do you know? Even like today, that would just be like, one, not only a weird invasion of privacy, but like, how would you know? I can't remember back to that episode or whatever that they did, but yeah. Anyways, back on topic. I remember so, and then the manager, and the cheerleader was the one that got into like a abusive relationship, but the manager, the one that was kind of talking to a bit more honestly, like she got into a relationship with one of my friends, and when they broke it off, I kind of had the mentality of bros before hoes a little bit. I kind of silently kept my distance, and even when they were dating, like I kind of kept my distance because I did not want to mess with that. Again, bros before hoes. You do not mess with a bros hoe. That is bro code. You do not do that. You can joke, but you do not mess with a bros hoe. Same as you do not mess with a bro to get to you do not. Yeah, that's just saying the same thing. That also goes. You do bros before hoes, and you do not mess with a bros hoe. I think that stays true. Like, I think that was something that I held as a value then, and I still hold as a value now. You do not mess with the bros hoe. You do not bros before hoes. Although, you gotta spend time. And all women are queens, even though I'm saying this in a sentence. It's for the joke. It's for the joke. But no, because like I can definitely see, and the reason I say it was those two is because now looking at my relationships that have or am having or had or whatever tense, I can see exactly both of them in both the girls that I'm talking about in them. It's so weird. It's so weird because like my first girlfriend, she's very headstrong, and the cheerleader was headstrong, incredibly headstrong. Like she grew up in a family where like she was the eldest of like a bunch of her siblings, and she kind of had to help raise some of her younger siblings just because. And she had to be like that big sister, and she did not take any shit from no one. And like also being a wrestling cheerleader, she was tough. She was kind. She was immeasurably kind. Immeasurably kind. But she was tough. You do not mess with her. You do not mess with her. And yeah, I totally saw that in my girlfriend's, like, and of course in like say body shape, and that's neither here nor there. I don't want it to be misconstrued in any other way, but yeah, in a ways. But also that it's more about the personalities. Like I could thinking like looking back on it now, holy crap. Like almost like so similar personalities. And even like with the manager too, like I definitely see her personality or her like physical characteristics in both of the girlfriends that I've had or have or whatever. And that's saying the current girlfriend as well as my past one. It's crazy, honestly. It's crazy the similarities that I see from them and them alone. I mean, yeah, could it be from other things like other media and sources and stuff like that? Sure. But like deep down, yeah, they were kind of the ones that shaped my interest in girls. Like, I wish I was lying. But it's not even time yet. I thought it was time. We was speaking like with wrestling stuff, like the one thing that the girls would do, or mainly the cheerleaders, but even the managers would do it too. Like when we were done, like literally within like a minute of getting off the bus, like minute, maybe 90 seconds off the bus, the cheerleaders would always do a cheer doing, "We love our wrestlers. We love our wrestlers. We love our wrestlers. We love our wrestlers." And then, of course, the response to that from us would be like, "We love our cheerleaders. We love our cheerleaders and managers, whatever, of our things." It's basically the same thing back. Because, like the cheerleaders like legitimately would bring us food, or like they brought food and other things, and just show their support. They were literally our moms. there are junior moms basically, which is in a way kind of weird, but not a lie. Not a lie. They would bring snacks and stuff like that. And honestly, they had kind of, compared to the other cheerleaders, the wrestling cheerleaders had it very well. Like very well. They got to sit on a pillow. Like the other cheerleaders had to stand there the whole game, the whole game for whatever sport they like. Even for volleyball, for girls volleyball, they just stand there. What are they doing? They literally don't do anything. Like, not to say anything mean, but they don't do anything. They just stand there and yeah. Like, I feel bad for it. Like, I felt bad for them. But it was the wrestling cheerleaders got to sit, and they were like mat side. They sat down, and they got like cool like little hand gestures, like pattern cheers, which were so fun to watch. And like even some of them memorized too, because like they were intricate. Like even my sister was a wrestling cheerleader, and of course when I got into high school and she, for the few that she was able to cheer for mine, she cheered for the other guy, of course. She of course did, because duh. And of course she did made sure that I wasn't getting any of her like treats to the wrestlers or whatever. She made sure of it that I didn't get anything. Which was funny. Which in retrospect is so funny. But yeah. But yeah, our, like, and to go weirdly deeper into like that whole bit about the manager and the wrestler and the cheerleader, they were both leads in one of my musicals. I'll say that. They're like major roles, I'll say. Which if you like dig deep enough, you can figure out who. But please don't go searching after. If you know, you know. Keep that secret to yourself, please, because don't annoy them. Do not. But yeah, it was, yeah. Those were some times, and they definitely did shape my taste in women. Yeah. I think I'll end it there. I think I should probably end it there, but I don't know. But looking at the magic cards that I got, I think honestly the best cards that I got were the dinosaur, the Gishath or Sen's Avatar, and this No Rest for the Wicked. That's gonna be good in my zombies deck. Like I've been brewing, dudes. Like going back to Magic, like I've talked a lot about Magic on here, and like that's the antithesis of the shows. Like I talk about things that I like, just random things here and there. But yeah, man, I fucking love Magic, dude. Like I've been brewing, like call me a chemist the way I'd be brewing decks over here. God damn. It's crazy. Paper decks too. So that's like legit. And not in, like no proxies. No proxies either. Full 100% 100 card singleton commander decks. Bam. Although there are certain situations where that's not the case, but then you get into cards that are like expensive solely because you have a shit ton of copies of them, because the card says that you can have any number, and then those cards individually get expensive. Like Crypt Rats, I think. Not Crypt Rats. There's a Rats. Relentless Rats, I think. And Shadowborn Apostle, which those are two of the ones that come to mind. But yeah. Although one of my friends made a Shadowborn Apostles deck, so not to do her ability to sacrifice a bunch of them to get a demon, no, to get a bunch of them and then buff the living crap out of the Shadowborn Apostles. It's just so funny. I watched him like destroy on Arena because it's on there, but I might do that honestly, just to make that deck because it's so funny. I haven't played that Arena in a long time, but again, whatever. It's not right now. I should end the podcast. So, I hope y'all like listening and all that other stuff. If you want to watch this live, you can go to twitch.tv/Melted Original, all one word, and on YouTube as well. Melted Original, all one word. If you go to Twitch, you can watch this happen live. Again, I think I've already just said that, but you can also watch the after show, which happens after this. And if you miss it, that's fine, because, you know, it's on there for about 2 weeks. You can watch the VOD of it, and the after show as well, because that's on there too. But once those 2 weeks are up, that show and that VOD is gone from Twitch, but you can still watch the edited version of the episodes on my YouTube channel, Melted Original. Again, I said it like again, as well as weekly videos, like other weekly videos that I'm trying to get onto. I started last week, and I'm working on the next one right now. And I got plenty more on the way. Ideas, at least. All of them are literally ideas. I have not worked on anything else. I am flying by the seat of my pants, and that's okay. But, yeah, there are other videos coming, and I am ready. I'm ready. And eventually, hopefully within the coming months, you can find this on other podcast platforms like Google or is there one for Google? No, that's YouTube, technically. No, I mean Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts. I mean stuff like that. Not Bandcamp, SoundCloud. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. And later this year, I think, later this year, I technically have to start releasing episodes of Midnight Ramen, the radio show. So that's going to be coming this year. Yeah, that's going to be this year. That's crazy. It's 5 years, almost the 5-year anniversary on this. So that's going to be crazy. Yeah. I'd like to thank Gradients for the use of their song Used to It off of the album The Call. Great stuff. I was going to try and see them when I visited Fargo, but I didn't see any of them. And I think some of them were like in other places. I think one of them was down in the city, so it's just like a head slap situation, but whatever. But I'm definitely going up again within the coming months for sure. And yeah, thanks you guys for listening, watching, doing what you do. But as I look at the clock, it's not midnight here anymore. It ain't. It just ain't. It just ain't. But. I said what in the but. But it's midnight somewhere else. So until it becomes midnight here once again, I'll see you next time. But until then, bye-bye.
Yeah, we're just when I needed you. I see from a different view. Oh, baby, now don't be scared, but don't get used to it. Yeah.